before Christmas Eve. To celebrate this week, we are going to do a fun activity about reindeers and flying, okay? So you can stop by the Columbus or Saluda Library this week and pick up a free Take and Make kit that has all of the materials to complete this activity at home. And it's fun because there's some science involved in this one. So inside your kit, you have a reindeer, and it happens to be Rudolph because his nose is red. And he should already be cut out for you, so you don't have to have scissors for this activity. There's also a piece of a straw that's about this big, and we're going to use tape and close off the end of the straw to make our reindeer fly. You also have a colorful paper straw in your kit, and that's the straw that you're going to use to blow your reindeer and see how far he will fly. Other things that you're going to need from home for this activity are a pencil to record your data. You're going to need some tape, and you're going to need something fun to measure with. And you can get as creative as you want with this. You can use paper clips, you can use ribbon to measure, you could use a real tape measure or a ruler, or you could do like I'm going to do, and I'm going to use candy canes to measure how far my reindeer is going to fly. All right, so the first thing that we need to do for our reindeer is find the short straw that is in your kit, and we're going to squeeze together one end of it and close it off. And we're going to use tape to close it off. All right, so you're going to tape it two different ways. You're going to tape it over the top, okay, to really close it off. And it's okay that you have these sides hanging off because we're going to tape those too. And we're going to use one more piece of tape and tape all the way around it, okay? And this is closing off the air so that it propels our reindeer forward for our science experiment. All right, so we've got our little piece of straw here, and it's closed off with our tape. We're going to use another piece of tape and tape it onto the back of our reindeer. Now you want the top of your reindeer to be where the open part of the straw is and the closed part to be down where his feet are. So it'll look just like this. So the closed end is down here, the open end is up top. And I'm going to tape it on. Okay, so it's nice and secure. So there it is, the front part and the back part of our reindeer. And now we're going to grab our paper straw and stick our straw down into that little plastic piece. So your reindeer will look like this, okay? And he's ready to fly. And I would recommend doing a couple of test flights before you start recording your data. So your reindeer is not going to fly very far, but let's give it a try. Well, hang on, I pushed that one off. That didn't count. Let's see. Okay, so he kind of has a crash landing, but that's okay. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is find your data sheet, and we're going to record how far our reindeer flies. So I'm going to lay out my candy canes so I can measure how many candy canes my reindeer travels. And I don't think he's going to travel very far, so I only have 3 candy canes. All right, so some of the questions on my sheet say, how far did your reindeer fly? So there's 3 attempts that you get. So you're going to record how far he flies on the first attempt, the second attempt, and the third attempt. And then the very last question said, what made your reindeer fly the farthest? So when you're doing your science experiment, you may want to start your reindeer off at the very end of your straw and see if that makes him fly farther or less far. And you can scoot him up a little bit more in the middle and see how far he flies that way. So I'm going to try and see how far my reindeer flies if I put my straw kind of in the middle. And this is for my first attempt. Let's see what happens here. All right, so he flew like a candy cane and a quarter. Okay, because he flew right here. So I'm going to count that as 1 candy cane And if you know how to write fractions, you know that 1/4 is 1/4. Okay? And that means that's if the candy cane was broken into 4 pieces, that's how far he flew. Okay? This time I'm going to get even closer and put him more towards the end and see what happens. Okay, he didn't go very far. He went like half a candy cane and crash landed. He even landed flat on his nose, which was not good. So I'm going to put that he landed half of a candy cane, or he flew half of a candy cane on my data sheet. Okay? And then our third attempt, let's see what happens. Let's try something different with this one. Let's put it back in the middle, and I'm going to turn him upside down to see if he flies better if he's upside down. Oh, I think he flew a little bit farther. He flew a candy cane and a half that time. So I'm going to write that on my data sheet. 1 candy cane and a half. And if you know how to write fractions, that's 1/2. So my last question says, what made your reindeer fly the farthest? And the only thing that we really changed is we made our reindeer fly upside down. So I think that's what made him fly the farthest, is that he flew upside down. So I'm going to record that on my data sheet. All right, when you are trying this at home, we want you to record your data and then send us a picture of it or of you trying the experiment. So if you want to do that, there's more information on the next slide. Have fun.